Good morning and welcome back to another video. So today we are post our 3-day diet break. So I'm going to take you through a full day of eating post diet break. Now, why did I pop this diet break in here? Essentially, I was finding it super hard to adhere to my diet for the past week or so. So I thought, you know what? Thursday, Friday and Saturday, I'm going to eat whatever the hell I want. I'm going to get it all out my system. And then that leaves me with essentially 26 days to lock the F back in before I go to Greece. So today is going to consist of a full day of eating post diet breaks. I'm going to take you guys through why I eat through a day to get shredded, go into London today to train at Muscleworks, the OG of bodybuilding in the UK, in my opinion. So I'm going to train there, I'm going to get some food out. But yeah, you know what? I'm really looking forward to eat clean again. Yes, a diet break is fantastic because it, gives you that flexibility to kind of eat what you want. And I did kind of eat what I want. We're talking tubs of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, meals out, donuts. And yeah, maybe I pushed the boat out a little bit. But the good thing about a diet break is it helps you get it all out your system. And now I'm going to be so locked in for the next 26 days to get as shredded as I can for my holiday to Greece. So meal number one, we've got our electrolytes. So meal number one, this is actually a drink. Electrolytes, Perform electrolytes. We've got our cream of rice ready to go here. If you're not new to this channel, if you're a regular, then cream of rice is always the way to go in the morning for breakfast. And then we're gonna have a coffee as well. And then from there, we're gonna get our shit ready. We're gonna head to London. So some of you watching this might be thinking to yourselves, when should I use a diet break? So diet breaks are perfect when you are in a long-term dieting phase. So for example, as of Friday, I've been in a dieting phase for 10 weeks and I'd incorporated trips like Cornwall and Portugal within those 10 weeks and I'd still been dieting on those trips. And essentially when you've been in a long-term dieting phase, what happens is adherence does become a little bit sloppier, okay? You crave things more, right? And because I'm in a good spot as it is, I said to myself, right, I can afford to have a 3-day diet break and kind of go off the rails and enjoy myself. And I calculated that I had 26 days until Greece. That's the end goal. I want to look shredded for Greece. And I knew that 3 days off piste wouldn't make a difference because I'd have the 26 days to make sure I was in tip-top condition for when I go away, right? So cut a long story short, you want to use a diet break when you've been in a long-term dieting phase to help mentally reset. And it's actually going to help with your adherence long-term. There have been studies that suggest that with like long-term fat loss phases for people who are obese, those who used diet breaks within their dieting phase essentially got the weight off and then also kept it off after because it helps them sort of, still enjoy X, Y, and Z whilst losing fat, right? Which makes it more sustainable. So cut a long story short, if you're kind of doing like a 4-week mini cut, should you be doing diet breaks? No. But if you're in a mid to longer term dieting phase and you feel like you need a little bit of respite and you know that you've got the time to still afford that respite, if you do have like a certain date in mind that you want to achieve a certain goal by, then by all means throw in a diet break because it will help with your adherence and it will help with your fat loss longer term as well. All right, so Muscleworks gym, we made it. Gonna get in 30 minutes of cardio, just working out how to actually turn it up, as in make it go faster. Oh, there we go. That's pretty retarded. Oh, not sure if you can say that nowadays. All right, cool. So Stairmaster, half an hour. Got our pre-workout, gonna sync this. We've got some electrolytes as well because it is fucking hot in here. But yeah, a big pool day is going to go down. You know what? When I last came here, I can't remember it being this big. 2 floors, a shit ton of space, a shit ton of equipment. And yeah, I cannot remember it being this big, so super excited to get going. What I do remember about it last time, it was super welcoming at the front desk. Sometimes, come to a bodybuilding style gym, people can be a bit weird at the front desk, but so welcoming here. Bloke's the top guy. And I think for a day pass, pre-workout, large water with some electrolytes, it's 12 quid. So banging value, we can get this cardio done and then we're gonna smash a big pool session. Alright, okay, cool. So that's cardio done. Probably the wrong colour of vest to wear when it's so fucking hot in here. But we're essentially going to start off pool day with some lat pullovers just to pre-exhaust the lats. To be honest, I'll probably finish off my workout with these as well, just go a little bit heavier. But initially we start off light just to get the lats nice and warm before we go into our main pulling movements. We'll probably go 3 sets of 10, and then we'll probably go into vertical pulling movement, horizontal pulling movement, some kind of upper back row, and then we'll finish off again with some pullovers before we go into some triceps. I'd like to do my second pull session of the week and put triceps at the end just to mix it up and feel pumped after. Not really going to follow a program today, we're just going to enjoy it. It's normally how I like to go about training somewhere that I wouldn't normally train, just enjoy it and experiment with some different bits of kit. So pullovers done, we're going to kick off our main compounds with a unilateral lat pull down. Really focus on squeezing the lats at the bottom of the movement before controlling it up for 3 seconds. So yeah, I think this weight will probably be about right for 10-15 reps, and then we'll bump up the weight for around sort of 6 to 8 reps for 2 bigger sets. Lovely Nautilus row now, kind of mid-back row. Again, I've just done a warm-up set, so we'll probably work for 6 to 10 reps on this first working set. It's a lovely bit of kit. Only problem is I've got my wraps today, so things are becoming a little tough on the grip now. But right, the last set, we'll hit a drop set. Lats are cooked. Lat focus row done. We're now going to go into an upper back focus T-bar row. Again, we'll push for 3 sets of 8 to 12. I'm just going to go for the weight that was already on there. This should be sound. And then from there we'll finish off with a vertical pull and then a pull over, and then we'll smash some triceps. Last big pulling movement now. We're going to go for a close grip mag pull down, just for mid to upper back. And from there we're going to torch the lats with 3 sets of 20 lat pullovers, and then we're finally going to get a tricep pump. After that I might actually go into the shop. There's a shop here which is pretty cool, and I know Muscle Works to be collab with Vanquish, so I'll see if I can get a couple bits there. Finish off with a cable lat pullover. We're going to use the dual ropes. When I'm doing my working sets, what I like to use is dual ropes so I can get more range of motion in comparison to a bar. So yeah, always go dual rope if you are doing working sets in the pullovers, because you get more range and therefore you'll be able to shorten the lat further. That is lats done. We're now going to hit some triceps, starting off with a classic push down with one of these. These are literally the sickest attachments. I need to buy myself one because not every gym has them, but they're awesome. You get a really good squeeze in the triceps. So yeah, again, we're going to go volume now. 3 sets, 12-15 reps, and then we'll do something overhead, and then we'll call it a day. Session at Muscle Works gym done. Absolutely sick gym. I didn't realise they've actually extended it since I've last been in there. But yeah, banging gym, wicked vibe. My hand is so hot. I got one of their meal clips and There we go, we're back. I've got one of their meal preps here. This is going to be post-workout, second meal of the day. I'll whack the macros on screen once I've actually sat down and looked at them. But yeah, we've got some jerk chicken. But coming back to it, gym's sick. That is, in my opinion, the best bodybuilding gym in the UK. The home of UK bodybuilding, if you like. But interesting enough, I was actually listening to a podcast whilst I was on the Stairmaster with Mike Idrisdale and Mike Williamson. And Mike Idrisdale was talking about willpower, and he was kind of talking about it in regards to sticking to something and then essentially needing a break, which is very relevant for sort of the topic of this video and diet breaks. I'll whack it in here.
Training your willpower is just like any other training. Get to a point your willpower is depleted where you're using it a lot, and then back off, and then again, and then back off. So weekends, evenings, recovery time, smoking a blunt with your friends and eating fuck all and not giving a shit is an enormous part of that process.
Yep.
Because it brings you back up. If you don't have any way to recuperate between bouts of willpower, you're just going to run aground. You're going to run out of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you will not be able to summon it when it is necessary. And also you can give yourself like super, super low key, mini anxiety about even getting to a place where you're uncomfortable.
So essentially, let's apply this to, nutrition and a goal, a fat loss goal in particular, right? Yes, it's great to have willpower, and yes, it's great to say no to things for a period of time and whatnot. But when you're in a long dieting phase and a long sort of phase working towards whatever, willpower is really important. But there will become a time where too much willpower will essentially make you unhappy. And kind of my message is that at the point where that willpower is making you unhappy, then it's time to take a diet break. Now, let's not get it twisted. If you're 4 weeks into a dieting phase and you decide that you've not got any willpower, then you need to get a grip. But when it's a long-term dieting phase or working towards any goal, whether it's fat loss, muscle building, whatever, you need to give yourself a break at some point, because it's going to be better for you in the long run, and it's going to help generate better results. We're taking a seat in Brick Lane to tuck into post-workout meal. So we've got a post-workout meal from Passion Fit Food, jerk chicken and rice, macros as follows: 490 calories, 41.5 grams of protein, so pretty decent returns. We're going to tuck into this, even though it's kind of raining. Hopefully it doesn't get any heavier, because that would be pretty peak. Right, boss. Oh, that's alright, mate. I can move.
Doing like a brunch inside.
That's cool, man. No problem at all. Meal number 3 going down. I did have a coffee in London. Unbelievable. It was like I can't remember what it was. Some kind of Japanese latte. Amazing. Anyway, very, very tempted to get some donuts at Spitalfields Market. Probably wasn't the wisest place to go when I'm trying to get things back on track today, but hey ho. Meal number 3, or snack if you like, is literally just some melon and oranges just to satiate that sweet tooth. So this is normally what I'd have between lunch and dinner. It's just like a bowl of fruit just to keep me ticking over. So yeah, we're going to dig into this, and then, to be honest with you, I'll probably have a nap, because that session has absolutely battered me. Meal number 4 is going down. It is your bodybuilding classic. We've literally got 150 grams of teriyaki chicken, 100 grams of rice, and then around 70 grams or so of mixed bistro leaves. And honestly, when you have that diet break, you don't actually crave shit anymore. So I'm really looking forward to dig into this. And another thing with a diet break is sometimes, because you're eating foods that perhaps you haven't been used to, your digestion doesn't feel great, and it's kind of taken the best part up until now for my stomach to kind of feel normal again. So we're feeling good. We're going to enjoy this, and then we're going to come into the best meal of the day. You already know what that's going to be. Boom! It is time for the final meal of the day, and arguably my favourite meal of the day. We've got 200 grams of 0% Valle yogurt, 50 grams of whey protein. It's Perform Whey cookie dough flavour, so it literally tastes of cookie dough. 100 grams of blueberries, 10 grams of dark chocolate, and 15 grams of melted peanut butter. I'm going to tuck into this, I'm going to enjoy it. It's my favourite meal, satiates the sweet tooth, keeps me nice and full as well. Like, believe me, once I finish this, I actually feel stuffed. And then I'm essentially just going to chill out and watch some TV. So if you did make it this far through the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel as well and drop the video a like, and I will see you in the next one.